guys? Comfortable at my house.
What's that?
I don't know.
Ooh.
Says from Nick Fury.
Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3? Let's play it.
Welcome everybody to the Never Ready Marvel Ultimate Alliance review. What do y'all think this is?
It's Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. It's not a Marvel Ultimate Alliance review.
It's we play a game for the first stage and then tell you how we feel about it.
We play the first stage of the game and tell you how we feel about it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. That works.
Like, really, okay, so
It's
like,
a new thing we're doing.
Like,
We're trying it.
Your
It's all the
quickest-
latest rage.
your quickest review.
These
Go.
vessels usually carry hundreds of
It was
soldiers.
Fun.
It's a fun game. Has several issues that I didn't necessarily enjoy, but it was a fun game to play with everybody.
It's not a perfect. Let's just say that.
We need to take a look around.
It's far from as good as it should
Look, there's a
be
trash can to
I
fly
was
that thing.
going to say any
as a part 3 in the series. I'll give you that.
treasure's always good.
It should be much better. A lot of heroes you can play as you can
Yeah.
see.
Do it as a team.
Even a dog? Or no, we never played as the dog.
Granted, when you play the game, though, you do want your friends to be competent and not try to hit the bullets.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking
One thing we should probably say here at the beginning is we just did this as a team playthrough. We have not done a single player campaign, so we don't know how the single player campaign goes.
And we did not play online, even though we were testing some of the online chat features, which were
Impressive.
a fun 2 minutes.
Hello.
That was something to do.
Okay, fine, whatever.
I
think not.
don't know. It was a fun game. I just feel like that should be saying more than it was fun.
I mean, it had some neat little things. These little team ups could be kind of cool.
But they were hard to hit all the time.
They were definitely hard to hit.
Yeah, Rick was on the first button.
No, I was the one trying to play ball.
Yeah.
The boss fights, every boss was a little bit different, but they all had a stun mechanic to them. And that was the only time you could actually do any real damage, and that kind of was meh.
And quick note:
They all did have
when you're fighting Sandman, you can hold the button. You don't have to press the button.
Which we all knew but Ricky.
Yeah, that was kind of fun
And
to
then we
watch him.
explained it to Ricky, and he was like, "Why is this gun shooting so slow? I am literally tapping it as fast as I can."
But back to the boss mechanics, I do feel like it was pretty cool how every boss fight felt distinct.
The first part where you're fighting Electro, it's pretty straightforward.
Hack and slash.
Button mash, button mash, button mash. But when you're fighting Venom here, you see, you got those little exposed wires that you've got to try to get Venom to splooge on, I guess.
What did you call it? The Nomtron? Electronum? Electronum?
And then, you got...
See, we've moved on.
Now, Mysterio fight, I have a problem with because I felt like the simple remedy of just overly focus on during that one specific part of the phase is just... It made no sense. Like, how
You're
were
just
we...
mad that we died a lot.
Yeah, we
did.
died a lot.
Let's be honest, we died a lot.
We were playing this on the hardest difficulty because we're,
Masochist?
We're masochists, and I suck, so we died quite a bit.
But it just, once we figured out, like, right after you kill all the illusions, just spam him. And you're
You don't
gonna
even
win.
have to kill all the illusions. As soon as you figure out which one's the real him, you just spam him.
Yes, with the real Mysterio.
Now this one was kind of just like, this one was just hack and slash. You can just,
Yeah, this one's hack and slash,
Well, for the first one.
but it's kind of fun,
If you were like Jason, you can dodge the things, or you can just get hit by them.
But why are all the Spider-Man villains in the jail?
Because Spider-Man's really good at
Well, it's kind of like Spider-Man's chapter.
Now, and here's another issue that I have. Why do they have their outfits? Why do they have all of their weapons? I realize that Doc Ock it's attached to him. There's not much you can do there. But
Mysterio had his gear.
gear. It just doesn't make sense to me. We're superheroes. We're locking them in this super special facility, but hey, we're gonna leave their outfits and their weapons in the locker next to them.
Yeah, and like Green Goblin here, he has his slider. Now, granted, in the story, Green Goblin is the one who breaks everybody out. Why would he?
Probably gave him all their stuff.
Why would he do that though? Why wouldn't he just take all their stuff? Like, I know
What's he gonna do with all that stuff?
he's super Goblin. I don't know.
Use it.
I don't know. The boss fights were unique, but
This
it
is
does.
something.
It ties into what was maybe one of my worst parts of the game was the overall like 3 major topics, and one of them was the story itself. It was a little meh. Like it didn't take away from the fun of it, but it also just kind of made no sense for somebody who is a true fan of the story.
Yeah.
And then the other two were the camera angle and everything. Now, one awesome positive thing, he sounded like Samuel L. Jackson.
He did. Very close, very good imitation of Samuel L. Jackson.
Now, Trash Mobs.
Trash Mob sucked.
The other bad thing.
Did y'all ever feel like a superhero when y'all were playing?
No, never. Never felt like a superhero.
And then, another issue is camera angles.
Yes, you're about to see here very soon that the camera angles do not help at all. And again, this is the 3rd installation. They haven't worked out the camera system. Like, come on.
And in this particular fight, you'll notice you're fighting people all across this entire group, but yet, instead of backing out and giving you the entire stage to fight, it would just teleport whoever was the furthest away closer. And it just...
I think their system is flawed in that. I think it tries to fixate maybe on one actual player, and it puts the camera in a weird angle for other players depending on how they're split up.
Well, there were 2 camera modes, which I can't remember which one we were playing.
Yeah,
at this
crappy
exact
and ultra
moment.
crappy.
Yeah.
This was crappy. We tried the ultra crappy.
I mean, we tried both, and eventually you're going to see the options for them. And it's just, neither of them felt better than the other. They just felt...
I don't think it would have been a problem if 1 or even maybe 2 players. I think it's when you get past 2 players.
But I don't think anybody's really playing this game by themselves. It's a fun group game.
And another issue that I personally had, I don't know whether y'all felt the same way or not. I was playing Spider-Man a lot, and I could not actually aim his weapons.
That's not his fault.
It just, I would press the button, and it would just randomly shoot in whatever direction I was facing. And
Again, not his fault.
Yeah, that's kind of user error, not Spider-Man's fault.
well, it is user error, but at the same time, I wish there was a target lock.
Okay.
Let me have a target lock. When I jump up to do the attack, it actually shoots at the bad guys and not, oh, he's up in the air, so let's shoot at the wall now.
Okay, so to make the game better, Michael requires homing clips.
Now, well, with that being said, though, I mained Scarlet Witch most of the game, and she did have that option. Like, all of her moves targeted. So,
It makes a difference. It makes a difference.
Okay, so here we have
I'm not saying that it
camera
has
selection.
to...
We get it.
You picked the wrong character. It's okay.
But yeah, so here's the camera angle, blah, blah, blah.
Classic and heroic, which
It doesn't do much.
I wish they'd have named them something different.
Like, crappy and crappier.
And not necessarily that. But
I don't know. It's just, again, the 3rd installment, you don't have a solid story. You kind of threw together the game as far as the trash mob and the progress of the story.
Thanks,
and then the
Disney.
camera angle. I mean, I don't know. I just...
This
So-
kind of was fun, though.
Now, the puzzles of the game. I know there's some debate in the group whether this officially counts as a puzzle, but I'm calling it a puzzle. Because it's a thought process.
It's a timing.
Well,
Think
yeah,
about
it's
red
not
lines.
just mashing buttons and killing multiple clones of Wolverine.
Right. It's you have to embody that.
So this, though, out of the 3 puzzles that we encountered in the first phase of the game, I'm sure they get better. As a matter of fact, I know they get a little better towards the middle of the end of the game, but they're still not that great. Like this one, for example, it's a little weird corridor thing.
I like the second one.
But I mean, what's the point of it? At least the
Let me
lasers,
lock you in a room.
the lasers felt like a challenge. It got frustrating. You'll see. But like this is the next step up. It's literally just a bigger version.
I could have definitely lived without them.
Yes, I felt like it was just a lull in the game. So the storyline, going back to that. So they took what we all know and have been leaning up to in the cinematic universe, and then
Some people may not have seen all the movie yet.
they combine elements of the really good storylines of the comic book universe, and then they like, hey, everybody's got some Infinity Stone stuff. We need it too. And then they threw together a game around it. Like that's literally.
I got you. So what you're saying is this game is the Oprah of Infinity. You get it. And you get it.
Well, no, not like
It's
that. It's just
it
felt
does
rushed.
feel a little bit lazy
I know what
of
I'm doing.
everything involving Marvel with entertainment recently seems to have been
Not a safe place.
Infinity Stone related.
That's funny.
Is Thanos the only bad guy in Marvel? Is he the
Has been doing
you know?
just fine in there.
Now this guy, he likes pointing
He
at
had
stuff.
one of those stones all along,
Until he gets
and
bumped
he
up.
didn't bother using it.
It's far better that he didn't.
I don't know, I just felt like the
Used by
story-
those unaccustomed with
It was a little.
These guys got
Gamora looks like she's wearing green face.
Yes, it does.
Like
It does look like
Yes,
it.
Gamora does not.
Okay, I want to point out real quick that the Venom voice actor is actually. I like it.
No.
Yeah.
If
Most of
the
the
future
characters
is as grim as it
For the most
looks,
part.
But Nick Fury
better
was
off
like
by
spot
our
on.
side than behind bars.
But this is pretty much the end of the first stage, and I don't really have any desire to play anymore.
I mean, we'll play, but don't buy the game. Let somebody else buy it and just go play it. You know?
Thanks, guys.
Really? It was fun, but it should be more than just fun. So that's about wrap it up.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed it. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff that we're supposed to say on YouTube.
Yeah.
And
Send links to your friends.
And enjoy the movie.
Lovely.
We're good. All right.
Spider-Man here was fun too. Doesn't he have a game? The green screen's done. It's on camera.
Well, it's not necessarily done. It'll crop around that.
The other one on. No.
He's the other one. What's different about last night? You didn't have a problem. What if you just go ahead and pop the needles off and worry about that big one?
Let's just play the rest of the game without the green screen.
I mean, what? You made it sound like that was impossible! Are you freaking kidding me?
Off the wall.
Are you kidding me? Dude.
Dude. No. Dude.
You said this was stuck to the wall.
It was yesterday. It didn't want to come off.
Man.
What? Bye.